Hello, my friends, and welcome to Between the Grooves, your everything music channel, primarily focusing on heavy metal, hard rock, and classic rock. And we may even sprinkle a little bit of hair metal in there every now and then. But today, in this birth of this channel, we must talk about the birth year of heavy metal. Of course, my favorite genre, and if you're probably watching this channel, yours as well. 1970, the birth of heavy metal, of course, with the mighty release of the Black Sabbath self-titled album. This came out, of course, February 13th, 1970. Nothing else had been heard like this. This album was an absolute masterpiece from beginning to end and introduced the world into an entire new music category. I know some people argue that Led Zeppelin possibly was the first heavy metal band. I understand this argument, I do, but at the same time, Led Zeppelin had way more blues and even folk music mixed in with songs that definitely would be considered heavy metal. Of course, we all know that, but no one defined the genre or started the genre as Black Sabbath did. Of course, your four main players in history of that fantastic band and fantastic album. Of course, you have the mighty Ozzy Osbourne, rest in peace, sir, Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, and Bill Ward. Most people know the famous story that they all started off kind of as a blues band. They were actually called Earth and were doing a lot of Elvis covers and writing blues songs. And in an accident in Tony Iommi's work, cutting off the tips of two of his fingers, in which he had to melt plastic onto them in order to give himself fingertips. And in doing so, he detuned his guitar to make it easier to bend the strings, hence the sound of heavy metal. Once they found that sound and Geezer heard that sound and started processing his love for the occult and started to write the lyrics to match that, add in Ozzy's amazing vocals to really bring those lyrics to life. And then, of course, Bill Ward filling in the rhythm section in the background with Geezer, you had what is hailed as the greatest heavy metal album of all time. What a lot of people forget is that not only in 1970 did they put out in February the Black Sabbath self-titled album that started it all, but they came right back in September of 1970 with their second album, Paranoid, which even took things to a darker and heavier place with songs like War Pigs. If you don't feel your heart rate race when you listen to War Pigs, check your pulse, because you might be dead. So yes, we start the birth of this channel with the birth of heavy metal, February 13th, 1970, Black Sabbath album. This is a must-get for any music fan, especially metal fan. I'm talking to some of you possible younger viewers out there who may be watching this show to learn a thing or two about the genre of heavy metal. If you do not own this album, first, I would try raiding your dad's album collection. More than likely, he probably has it if he's cool. Maybe even mom. If not, get to your local vinyl store. Yes, don't download this on iTunes. Don't do it on Spotify. Go get physical media. That's another thing that is going to be talked a lot about on this channel, is actually owning physical media. Records, my friends, records. There's an entire experience that comes along with buying albums. You open that up. A lot of them have what's called is the gatefold, where they open pictures of the band, maybe some different artwork. Inner sleeves have lyrics. A lot of albums come with posters and other nice little collectibles and pieces. And to me, nothing sounds better than a vinyl spinning on a record player. So once again, this channel's name is Between the Grooves. We talk everything heavy metal, hard rock, and classic rock. I am Chris, your resident talking head. Thank you so much for checking out this episode.